Hi everyone, welcome to this channel Zoology Bio.
In this video, I'm talking about the different characteristics of carbohydrates: symmetry, stereoisomers, chiral carbons, Fischer projections, naming stereoisomers, optical activity. So please watch until the last. So let's start with the carbohydrates asymmetry. Jacobus H. Van 't Hoff, the first Nobel laureate in chemistry in the year of 1901, and Joseph A. Lebel in the year of 1894, introduced the concept of tetrahedral carbon atom. You can see in the slide the carbon atom, the carbon angle, the carbon bonds, etc. The figure, spatial arrangement of the valences of carbon. It is now recognized that the carbon atom has the shape of a tetrahedron in which the carbon nucleus resides. In the center of this tetrahedron and the four covalent bonds extend out to the corners of it. The angle between any two covalent bonds is 109 degree 28 minutes. Now, stereoisomers. Glyceraldehyde, the simplest carbohydrate, exists in two isomeric forms that are mirror image of each other. You can see on the slide here the L-glyceraldehyde and the D-glyceraldehyde. Here the main difference is that in L-glyceraldehyde the OH bond is on the left side, but in the D-glyceraldehyde the OH bond is in the right side. And these forms are stereoisomers of each other. Glyceraldehydes is called a chiral molecule. It cannot be superimposed on its mirror image. The two mirror image forms of glyceraldehyde are enantiomers of each other. Now the chiral carbons. Chiral molecules have the same relationship to each other that your left and right hands have when reflected in a mirror. Achiral objects can be superimposed on the mirror images. For example, drinking glasses, spheres and cubes. Any carbon atom which is connected to four different groups will be chiral and will have two non-superimposable mirror images. It is a chiral carbon or a center of chirality. If any of the two groups on the carbon are the same, the carbon atom cannot be chiral. Many organic compounds, including carbohydrates, contain more than one chiral carbon. And now let's have a look to the Fischer projections. Fischer projections are a convenient way to represent mirror images in two dimensions. Place the carbonyl group at or near the top and the last achiral CH2OH group at the bottom. You can see here on the slide L-glyceraldehyde and the D-glyceraldehyde how the Fischer projections forms. Now the naming stereoisomers. When there is more than one chiral center in a carbohydrate, look at the chiral carbon farthest from the carbonyl group. If the hydroxy group points to right, when the carbonyl is up, it is the D isomer, and when the hydroxy group points to the left, it is the L isomer. You can see all the difference between the L-erythros and D-erythros on the slide here. Now the optical activity. A laboratory minor science substances rotates polarized light to the left. Like some examples is L-glucose, that means minus glucose is denoted as. A dextrorotatory, it denotes as positive sign. Substance rotates polarized light to the right. Example D-glucose or positive glucose. Molecules which rotate the plane of polarized light are optically active. Most biologically important molecules are chiral and hence are optically active. Often, living systems contain only one of all of the possible stereochemical forms of a compound. In some cases, one form of a molecule is beneficial and the enantiomer is a poison. Example like thalidomide.
And that's all for today. If you like this video, hit the like button and share this video as much as possible. To get more videos related this topic, subscribe this channel. Thanks for watching this video.